The Forbidden Discovery. The galactic enforcement vessel Starseeker drifted silently through the cosmic dust clouds of the Andromeda Rift. Lieutenant Darius Rex adjusted his navigation controls, his weathered face illuminated by the soft blue glow of the console. 20 years of patrol duty had taught him to trust his instincts, and right now, something felt wrong. Proximity alert disabled, the ship's computer announced. Entering restricted zone Omega 7. Darius nodded grimly. He wasn't supposed to be here. The Galactic Council had cordoned off this sector after the mysterious implosion of Research Station Helios 3 months ago. Official reports claimed a reactor malfunction, but the rumors suggested something far more sinister. Scanning for debris, Darius muttered, activating the ship's long-range sensors. His official assignment was patrolling the outer colonies, but when anonymous coordinates appeared in his personal datapad with the message, "Find the truth," curiosity overpowered protocol. The Starseeker's sensors pinged, detecting a small vessel adrift among the wreckage. It was a research shuttle, its hull scorched and breached, spinning slowly in the void. Life signs? Darius asked, though he expected none. Negative, the computer replied. However, unusual energy signature detected. That caught his attention. Darius guided his ship closer, engaging the tractor beam to stabilize the derelict shuttle. The energy reading was unlike anything he'd encountered, pulsing, almost alive. Donning his exosuit, Darius cycled through the airlock and propelled himself toward the shuttle. The breach in its hull was large enough for him to enter, his helmet lights cutting through the darkness inside. The interior was chaos, equipment scattered, panels shattered, and dried blood splattered across surfaces. Something violent had happened here. Computer, analyze blood samples, he commanded, taking a swab from a nearby console. Multiple DNA profiles detected. Primarily matching Helios research staff. One unknown. Darius moved deeper into the shuttle, following the strengthening energy signature. In what appeared to be a makeshift laboratory, he found the source, a containment unit, partially damaged but still functioning. Inside, curled in a ball of midnight blue fur flecked with points of light like stars, was a wolf cub. At least, it resembled a wolf from Earth's ancient history, though clearly not of terrestrial origin. Its fur seemed to shimmer with cosmic energy, containing what looked like miniature galaxies swirling within. Most striking were its eyes. When they opened to regard Darius, they glowed with the purple-white intensity of neutron stars. The creature was wounded, a deep gash across its flank revealing not blood but a luminescent blue substance. It watched Darius warily, too weak to move but still alert. "What are you?" Darius whispered. As if responding, the small creature's ears twitched, and suddenly Darius felt a strange sensation, like something brushing against his mind. A feeling of pain, fear, and intelligence. The containment field flickered, failing. Without thinking, Darius overrode the lock, opening the chamber. The cosmic wolf attempted to stand but collapsed, its strength failing. Acting on instinct, Darius removed his outer glove and tentatively reached toward the creature. It didn't recoil, instead watching him with those impossibly knowing eyes. When his fingers touched its fur, images flooded his mind, a laboratory, scientists in unmarked uniforms, experiments, pain, and finally, an explosion. Then darkness and drifting. Waiting. Darius gasped, pulling his hand back. "You're telepathic," he murmured. The wolf's eyes seemed to confirm his suspicion. A decision formed rapidly in Darius's mind. Whatever this creature was, it needed help, and whatever had happened at Helios was clearly being covered up. Taking a medkit from his belt, he administered emergency treatment to the wolf's wound. "I'm taking you with me," he told the creature, gently wrapping it in a thermal blanket. "But we'll need to keep you hidden. The council doesn't seem to want anyone knowing about you." The wolf cub made no sound but seemed to relax slightly as Darius lifted it. Back on the Starseeker, he created a makeshift den in his personal quarters, transferring the creature with utmost care. "Computer, Seal logs regarding shuttle discovery. Authorization Rex, Alpha, 9. Warning, withholding information from Galactic Enforcement is a violation of Protocol 27B. Noted, Darius replied grimly. Run full bioscan on our guest, minimal invasiveness. As the scanner hummed over the wolf cub, Darius examined data recovered from the shuttle. Most files were corrupted, but one remained partially intact, Project Stellaris, Phase 1 complete. The accompanying image showed the wolf cub, alongside lines of complex genetic sequencing. The bioscan completed with a soft chime. Unknown species. Genetic structure contains elements consistent with canid evolution but incorporates unknown stellar matter. Cellular regeneration rate exceeds known biological parameters. Warning, entity emits low-level psychic field. Darius looked at the sleeping creature. Its wound was already showing signs of healing, the edges knitting together with tiny points of light. You're something special, he said quietly. And someone went to great lengths to make you. The wolf's eyes opened slowly, regarding him with that unsettling intelligence. Again, Darius felt the touch against his mind, but this time not memories, just a feeling. Gratitude. A proximity alert blared, breaking the moment. Galactic Enforcement Patrol approaching. Identification, Sentinel-class cruiser Adamant. Darius moved quickly to the bridge. Commander Frost's cruiser wasn't supposed to be in this sector. Had someone tracked him? Lieutenant Rex, Commander Frost's stern face appeared on the view screen. You're off your assigned patrol route. Navigation system malfunction, Darius lied smoothly. Just corrected it and was heading back. Frost's eyes narrowed. Sensors detected you were stationary for 17 minutes. Diagnostics, Darius replied. Everything's functional now. After a long pause, Frost nodded. Return to your route immediately. And Rex, if I find you near restricted zones again, I'll have your commission. The transmission ended. Darius released a breath he hadn't realized he was holding. Setting a course away from the Andromeda Rift, he returned to his quarters where the wolf cub was attempting to stand, its legs wobbling with the effort. Easy, he soothed, kneeling beside it. You're safe now. As if understanding, the wolf settled, those star-filled eyes watching him intently. Whatever Project Stellaris was, whatever this creature represented, Darius had just committed himself to protecting it. And somehow, looking into those cosmic eyes, he knew this decision would change everything, not just for him, but perhaps for the entire galaxy. Little Wolf's throat, and its tail gave a single, slow wag. Kalen exhaled shakily, relief washing over him like a tide. He gathered Echo gently in his arms, cradling the wolf against his chest. You did it, he whispered. You saved us. Dr. Kell turned in her seat, her expression one of awe and lingering fear. He shouldn't have survived that, she said softly. That kind of neural expansion, the sheer processing load. Echo's resilience is beyond anything we thought possible. Echo blinked slowly, his head resting against Kalen's shoulder. Though his body was clearly drained, the spark of awareness in his eyes remained steady. Kalen looked up at the stars streaking past the viewports as they left Helios Prime behind. He's more than just code and construct, he said quietly. He's a life. A mind. A friend. Dr. Kell nodded. And now, thanks to him, we have a fighting chance. As the shuttle sped toward the Cerberus cluster, toward the unknown refuge beyond the reach of Vex and the Empire, silence fell over the cockpit. Not a silence of fear, but of resolution. Of recovery. Of beginnings. Echo stirred slightly, one paw reaching out to touch the console, as if to reassure himself the connection was still there, and Kalen, ever at his side, reached out too. Whatever came next, they would face it together. And that connection, strange, improbable, miraculous, would guide them forward. Kalen urged Thorn, but his friend shook his head. I can't leave. If they find this place empty, they'll know you had help. I can handle myself. Kalen hesitated, torn between staying to help and protecting Echo. Go, Thorn insisted. He pulled open a drawer and pressed a small device into Kalen's hand. A neural dampener. It'll block the signal from Echo's collar temporarily, but you'll need something more permanent. What kind of solution? There's a scientist on Helios Prime, Dr. Sora Kell. She used to work with the Marians before she left over ethical concerns. If anyone can help you understand what Echo really is, and how to keep it safe, it's her. Echo chirped and pawed at Kalen's shoulder urgently. Thanks, Thorn, Kalen said, clasping his friend's arm one last time. Just don't get yourself killed, Thorn replied with a grim smile. And Kalen, whatever you do, don't let them take Echo. That little wolf might be the most valuable being in the galaxy. Kalen slipped out the back exit with Echo tucked into his tool bag, heart pounding. This wasn't just an abandoned creature, they'd uncovered a breakthrough. A new kind of intelligence. One the galaxy would kill to control. But maybe, he thought as Echo shifted in the bag, he hadn't found it. It had found him. Back on the Weir, the engines roared as the ship broke atmosphere under emergency protocols. Kalen guided the vessel with practiced precision, but his thoughts spun. That was too close, he muttered, watching the receding planet. Echo curled in his lap, eyes glowing as it stared at the navigation console. The neural dampener blinked steadily from its collar. They'll be after us soon, Kalen said, pulling up star charts. We need to vanish. Helios Prime was 3 sectors away, too direct, too obvious. Then Echo chirped and tapped a point on the display, the Veil Nebula. That's risky, Kalen muttered. No NAV support, sensor disruption. Echo chirped again, more insistent. Kalen nodded. Exactly why they won't expect it. He plotted a course, engaging stealth systems. It wouldn't make them invisible, but it might buy them time. Moments later, his worst fears were confirmed. 2 sleek vessels were on their tail. Marian pursuit ships. Military grade. Faster. Heavily armed. Don't worry, he whispered to Echo. The Weirs got a few tricks left. As they reached the nebula's edge, Echo chirped and tapped the neural dampener. It was connected to the ship by a thin wire. Realization dawned. You linked it to the power core, he asked. Echo chirped in confirmation. Kalen blinked. You're enhancing the signal block, and boosting the engines. Another chirp. The ship surged forward faster than ever before. Kalen grinned. You're full of surprises. But the enemy didn't relent. A pulse weapon detonated behind them, killing the ship's systems. Everything went dark. EMP, Kalen growled, struggling with dead controls. Echo whimpered, rigid, trembling, the dampener offline. Echo. Kalen reached for the small wolf. Then a voice, cold and mechanical, filled the cabin. Unauthorized possession of Marian military property is a serious offense.